Seems we're a little bit uncoordinated today as far as getting our cheers out, Wolf.
Yeah, definitely not as on point as we have been earlier this season.
Well, they got some time. The fans have got some time to get themselves sorted again. And I wanted to talk about this, and I'm really glad that Afreeca Blue at least look like they're going to run a Tracerless composition, because we've been seeing so many one-trick Tracer players over and over again. I mean, who is there? There's Effect, Timeboy, Bunny. So many. They're everywhere. I can't even remember all of the names.
Sure.
But Afreeca Freecs Blue, they like to switch up the Tracer play between 3 players. DongHyun has played a little bit of it. ArHaN and Recry both having some pretty good moments on the character as well.
And already they've kind of blind countered the composition of meta Athena, leaving the Tracer out of the picture, but putting Recry on the Soldier to knock the Pharah. They obviously expect from meta Athena already kind of having the counter to knock that Pharah out of the sky. Libero has played the Pharah here so many times already. Again, you said undefeated this season on the map, so having an answer. But Lucid and IDK, Recry as well, already 3 of them down, so hasn't been working out. Couldn't get a clean shot on the Pharah this time.
Yeah, the pick's certainly coming in, and this pharmacy composition seems to have the number of Afreeca Blue right now, just owning that high ground. You mentioned the Soldier being there. I mean, it was just Recry not having his opportunity. He was dead basically straight away. It's like, yes, I've got hit scan. I can shoot from a long way away. Well, you can't if you're dead, buddy.
Yeah, only building up 40% of meter as well, whereas Libero's now up to the 80. Nuss actually about to match him with that as well, so they'll have a res very soon. Obviously, flipping the point will be difficult, and once again, Recry just forced back here, once again by ChangSik, unable to find any damage.
DongHyun has found ChangSik though, so at least they've gotten rid of some of that front line. However, it's still a 1-for-1, and look at this space control. Libero is untouched. Oh, until now. Takes a lot of damage, does manage to grenade himself back.
Good protection here by Hoon consistently. Now that he's knocked out of the mech, though, this may actually be an opportunity for ArHaN to pop the Dragon Blade here for potentially a flip. They're not even going to need it, it looks like, as Recry, once given that space, as Hoon's knocked out of the mech, is able to clean up several kills. It's been the story of this first control point. I'm going to try to buy some more time here using this Primal Rage, but I think the flip is inevitable.
Yeah, it is going to come through at about 51%, and by about, I mean exactly 51%. Meta Athena, good start for them though. Afreeca Blue, they've got 6 ultimates here to defend this. They managed to get that flip without investing anything.
And it's a bit unfortunate that ChangSik decided to use his Primal Rage there, because he bought, what, maybe 4-5% there, then promptly died afterwards. So desynced his spawn there and now doesn't have that ult to re-engage. They will, of course, have the Resurrect and soon the Self-Destruct, but with 6 ults, as you said here, for Afreeca Freecs Blue, it's going to take a while for Meta Athena to have that push. They may try to bait out some ults with their next one. Oh, no!
Oh, Recry. The Helix Rocket's going to be enough to take down Sayaplayer. Now Nuss has to hide himself. More kills coming in here as Recry just... No matter who dives on top of him, he always seems to be able to get himself out of the way. It is going to be a big res. It only comes out onto a couple, though, here as Nuss gets rid of 2, but look at this. Afreeca Blue taking control. They invest the ultimates that they need to, but only 1 support ult. They still have the sound barrier. Meta Athena try anything else, and we've already ticked over that 51% mark that Meta Athena were able to get to.
Oh, Libero's going to bank all of this on one last push with the Genji and perhaps a Dragon Blade play instead of sticking with the Pharah for the pickoffs, because they couldn't actually link Hoon together with ChangSik to protect the Pharah anymore. They weren't able to dive onto Recry consistently enough, so it worked a little bit at the beginning, but once it started to really start failing, they just made the swap.
Well, in goes the Pulse Bomb. Not going to be able to find any kills as Afreeca Blue just throw down the sound barrier to keep everyone alive. Sayaplayer says that it doesn't matter as Lucid is going to fall. Self-destruct comes in, doesn't find any kills, but it does at least buy some space. Sayaplayer's gone on a merry walk. ChangSik going to jump his way in. Continue on this point. 10% to go here for Afreeca Blue, though, who are not giving up any space, apart from the fact that IDK did just fall down.
So they're going to want to reset. Obviously, really, the Dragon Blades for both players are about halfway there, ArHaN and Libero, and hovering around the 50% mark. That's going to be the key factor going to this. IDK using the sound barrier, kind of a problem, because that was going to be one of the big tools to pair with that Dragon Blade. Might not be able to sync it up anymore, though.
Well, everyone just bouncing around these Winstons in the sky, but ArHaN is going to be able to take down ChangSik immediately. Now going to start dashing around, isn't taking any damage right in amongst the enemy team as they're just picking up kill after kill. Another dash through, just ArHaN saying that he's the better Genji player. Recry is just going to shoot everyone that's left over.
The flip. They don't even need them.
They never do. Seems like anytime they want to flip a point, they just walk around. It looks like this is just going to go immediately. to Afreeca Blue. No overtime shenanigans for point one.
No, Alice, I want to go back to that last fight where we saw ChangSik. We saw ChangSik dive in there, and immediately the targets came down. ArHaN saw him, and the target firing was onto ChangSik. Then as soon as he was about to die, that's when Hoon flew in. So Hoon flew in to try to protect him, but he was too late. Then he lost his mech, and that allowed Recry to say, oh, no more defense matrix, and no more bubble shields coming out from the Winston. I'm just going to kill everybody. ArHaN didn't even need to use his Dragon Blade. The Helix rocket accuracy from Recry this entire point was super good. So, I mean, they need to have a little bit more coordination in terms of their dive when they're going onto the DPS, or when ChangSik is trying to go in alone. He needs to have that protection, or at least some more ultimates to use with him. Otherwise, why is he going in at all? Is the big question for me.
Yeah. I loved it as well. It was coordinated with Mano as well, so they had themselves that barrier that came down. So we saw the Genji just taking absolutely no damage right in amongst 4 members of Meta Athena. Okay, now moving on to the Garden. Sayaplayer still trying to be frustrating. Lucid keeps himself alive, actually, and it's going to be Afreeca Blue grabbing the first couple of kills. The big tanky members not going to be able to find anything else. Libero gets one back, but ArHaN still popping off. As Recry picks up the kill onto Nas. Meta Athena, no one left. That is going to be very solid first cap here for Afreeca Blue.
I mean, in terms of heroes played for DongHyun and Hoon, DongHyun has played just the 2, the D.Va and the Tracer. Hoon's played several, but he's just barely behind his D.Va with the Zarya. It just feels like DongHyun's D.Va play is far superior. His timings of when he's going in, his protection there of Lucid was much better than Hoon. Protecting the DPS is trying to dive on them, so that's how they, again, knocked the mech down, and the Recry cleaned everything up.
Well, Recry pressured off this high ground just a little bit. Does have that tac visor available very early in Afreeca. They don't even need the soldier to have free damage because they're killing everyone regardless. That's going to be the reset attempted by Sayaplayer. No, it's not. He's actually just going to run his way out. And ArHaN says, well, I guess if you're nowhere near the point, I will let you go.
The dives we're seeing here from Meta Athena seem sloppy. They come in, and every time DongHyun is there with the defense matrix, Sayaplayer unable to find much with his pulse bombs all game long, and he's going to look for one here. It's just no one in position for him to grab. Okay, this could be it.
Yeah, throws one down, but doesn't get the stick. And now ArHaN's just Dragon Blading his way around this tiny little room. It's going to be Kris falling down first, but otherwise no other kills to come in. Does get his way down and will be able to slice and dice his way through a few more members. Meta Athena, they are fish in a barrel. This is like a meat grinder right now.
Yeah, there you have it. There's the kill on the Sayaplayer. 70% here. Once again, only the Dragon Blade being used for Afreeca Freecs Blue. And we knew Meta Athena had made switches when they played after their match against EnVyUs. They played less of the Zarya play. They moved more into that more standard dive that is so meta right now. When you compare these two teams, though, as ArHaN said in the interview, they've been playing this for much longer. They're more professional, he said. Yeah. They have more experience with it, and it really shows here.
It looked like they were actually doing pretty well with it against Rhinos, but it's a very different team. A team that's actually disbanded now. Very unfortunately. Sound barriers come in, though, for Afreeca Freecs. They're going to invest everything to try and protect their 98% that they have built up at Hoon. Does get a self-destruct kill onto Recry just after he managed to pick one up. Hoon now as well. Moving forward with another one. Grabs his mech back and will continue this.
ArHaN's going to commit to the Dragon Blade, however. Already knocking Hoon out of the mech there. Looking for more. Catches Kris.
Kris right up in the sky, cannot escape the man with a big sword. Recry's going to make his way back through. He's going to be able to clean up some more kills. Oh, nice work here from Libero. Gets the dash kill through onto ArHaN, but seems like Afreeca Freecs continuing. That is going to be a very swift 2-0 on control. Meta Athena get their first loss on Oasis so far this year. Well, we're about to break out into this one. I'm surprised not to see something like the triple support that has been very successful on defense. Triple tank as well has seen some success. Even seen, you know, the Roadhog and the Roadhog Reinhardt and Zarya work out, even without a D.Va. Still triple tank. Does get a fair bit of work done just because it's so incredibly beefy. But just going to go very standard on the side of Afreeca Blue, and we'll see whether the defense is going to stand up.
Looking for the pick here.
Yeah, on the backside.
Already protected, though, by Lucid, who's been such a god this entire series long. Just immediately heals him, immediately reacts. Gonna look for the pick on to Lucid himself now. Will he get it? He does. Finally finds something here with the Tracer. Gonna get Recry as well with no more support. DongHyun tries to come in to save him. It's gonna cost him his mech, though.
They're gonna own this high ground, and it's all Meta Athena here in the early game. Mano's gonna get taken down. They only sacrifice a mech. This is going to be a very, very fast first cap for Meta Athena.
Incredible time bank they'll have. Finally, the dive for Meta Athena shows signs of life with the pick there onto Lucid. He was looking elsewhere, didn't have the ability to even drop down that sleep dart. So got him, then got Recry. And once again, we saw DongHyun come in late for the defense matrix, so he was picked. And once the defense matrix gone, plus one of your DPSs, you know it's lights out for sure. So well executed here by Meta Athena. And it gives me hope that perhaps they can make this dive work going into the rest of the series because they struggled on Oasis.
Yeah, might be able to bring this to a 1-1 as well, Wolf. Excited to see whether Meta Athena can turn this into a series. Afreeca Blue pretty used to getting 3-0s. And they're going to continue trying to do this. Libero's going to deny it from Recry, though, as IDK falls down as well. Sound barrier used by Meta Athena. They really want to hold on to this push, as DongHyun pushed all the way back.
Very haphazard dive coming in from the Freaks there, and just really good reaction by Meta Athena spreading against it, targeting down really well. And we saw the pulse bomb eaten there by DongHyun, but it just didn't matter. The damage alone coming out from the tracking of Sayaplayer was good enough.
Would you say it was beautiful?
I would, in that case, yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, man.
So
it's good to know. I'm just looking for when that's appropriate to say, so it's important for me to know that. All right, dash through from Libero is going to take this as the opportunity. Nope. Denied. Dragon Blade not going to be of much use at all as he falls down. DongHyun's going to be able to pick that one up with a self-destruct of all things. And ArHaN wants his opportunity now to go nuts with his sword. It's only going to be Kris that falls to it, though.
Now, the self-destruct getting the pick earlier on the Libero was pretty well done. Also knocking the mech out of the fight. And ArHan's just going to clean it up, man. Left clicks for the kill onto Sayaplayer, already using the recall. So finally this push is stopped in its tracks. It was a really solid push. Momentum has finally shifted now over to the Freaks.
Yeah, and look at ArHaN. He's so incredibly vocal on that desk, wanting to hype his players up, get themselves back into the swing of things here, because that Streets phase, and especially the defense on the first point, was not going in favor of Afreeca at all. All momentum with Meta Athena.
Ult economy advantage for the Freaks as well with that last fight. The self-destruct really giving him that advantage early on, plus the wasted Dragon Blade from Libero. So going to be a little bit of eco-poking, if you will, not even directly pushing for Meta Athena right now. Sayaplayer once again in the back line looking for the picks.
ArHaN's going to dash his way up. It is going to be taken down. Sayaplayer knows exactly what to do. Gets the stick onto Lucid as well. IDK is being frustrating. He's going to be able to get a boot back onto Sayaplayer, but I have a feeling that he's not long for this world. Okay, he's going to survive for the moment. Libero's going to fall down in the meantime.
Mano
gets rid of a mech.
Yeah,
exactly. This monkey's gone ballistic. Hoon should get pushed out. Baby Diva just going to be held onto and taken down when they want. Wow.
Eventually there.
Yeah, that was a really nice stagger, though, coming out of the Freaks.
Feels like Sayaplayer's had his most success when Nuss is able to discord his targets, but when he's left alone there, even having trouble killing IDK meant he was gone from the fight for a really long time. No protection there, no extra peeling to deal with Mano, which is part of why he got that 2K. So big props to IDK in that 1v1, lasting it out there, nearly getting the kill even onto Sayaplayer. So more time burned through here for Meta Athena, who again have an ult disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, there's the Transcendence that's going to be used here. Meta Athena, they have a sound barrier of their own, so they are going to be able to answer this ultimate. Now the fight is on for real. ArHaN still getting the dash kill, still picking up what he can. The boop is going to kill Libero as well, as Afreeca Blue start off with a 4-man advantage and are going to be able to clean up the rest here at the same time. Another Baby Diva is just going to be toyed with and destroyed.
They have a lot of tools now, though, Meta Athena do, to try to force this into the checkpoint. The big, scary defensive tool is going to be that self-destruct, which shut them down last time, so they could try to bait that out and then commit to the ults to go in with the Transcendence and the Dragon Blade. That could be how they secure this, but this cart is rolling back, so I feel like it needs to be now or maybe never, Atlas.
Yeah, there is a stop sign in the middle of this Streets phase apparently this week, Wolf.
Yeah.
That is exactly what's happened. We've seen a lot of these be very, very quick through King's Row. However, Afreeca Blue decided to let us know that no, this is exactly where it goes. Falls back. That was not exactly the pulse bomb that Sayaplayer was looking for.
Here's the Dragon Blade.
Dragon Blade is going to come down. Libero already 2 kills. Both supports dead. A self-destruct is going to take down ChangSik, but is it going to be Libero that's able to clean up some more, because there's not a lot of sustain on the side of Afreeca.
Okay, Libero takes out ArHaN. Looks like this is going to be the push they were looking for. The self-destruct saved them last time against this, but it won't be enough this time to stop this sustained damage coming out, as they will shove this around the corner. very close to the checkpoint. We'll see if Afreeca Freecs want to dive in for one last contest. They have the Dragon Blade, but I just don't think it's going to be worth it. IDK tries to slow it down. They may commit.
It's going to be able to actually stop it, but it's only 1.5 meters. Transcendence does come in from Lucid. As ArHaN, he's got the Dragon Blade trying to cut them all up, but Libero's picked up a kill. Sayaplayer there as well, and once again, we're missing a lot of that support and utility on the side of the Freaks. And ArHaN has to get his way out. That is going to be the second point achieved. Streets phase over. Welcome to the Foundry.
Very much a sloppy engage, very desperate engage from the Freaks as they really wanted to force that in the Transcendence with the Dragon Blade, but it was just too little too late as they kind of threw members at the point, and now they're not going to have those crucial ults and one of the hardest points to push here on King's Row into the final edge of the Foundry, so feels like it was a bit wasteful there when that checkpoint was almost surely guaranteed.
Well, Lucid's going to get picked up once again by a Pulse Bomb. Recry, he's got his as he switched over to the Tracer himself, and Libero sitting on a Dragon Blade wants to use it at the opportune moment as they're getting this push through. We've got Sound Barrier coming down, but Afreeca Freecs lose so much health on DongHyun. He's immediately destroyed. Hoon grabs a big set of kills with that self-destruct. And Afreeca Freecs Blue are now in disarray as this cart is heading straight towards the finish.
Mano's going to have to be the hero here, but he doesn't have his Primal Rage yet. There's a few tools coming up. DongHyun as well. Going to have self-destruct very soon. They have a few different tools to buy time here. Here comes the self-destruct. DongHyun goes down. He picks up the kill on the ChangSik. Mano again, very close to that Primal Rage. He's in the air. It's like he's going to drop it in just a second. There it is.
Oh my goodness, though. Look at this. Afreeca Freecs Blue turning it all around. Just took that one self-destruct to remove the front line from Meta Athena. Mano is just going to beat Nuss to death. That looked brutal. Probably shouldn't have been observing that.
That was a close call, though. They had those ults just on the cost. 10 seconds less on the Primal Rage or the self-destruct, and maybe this isn't a hold, but they just barely had enough despite that desperate attempt to hold. Still a solid push for Meta Athena. They do have the Primal Rage to go for one last Hail Mary here to try to get completion.
Well, Transcendence and Dragon Blade both there. Nuss, he's got his Transcendence, and the Sound Barrier is going to come through immediately. ArHaN trying to find some kills. Has managed to find Kris, but that is about it. Has to put his sword away, but now Meta Athena set up the overtime and they want to try and push them out, but Defender's advantage so far in Afreeca Freecs' favor, and they're picking up the kills alongside it as well. Lucid finally gets some revenge as he takes down Sayaplayer and Libero, and this should be the hold from Afreeca Freecs Blue, but so close for Meta Athena.
Very, very close, and obviously, it's kind of a wave on this map. You know, you talked about how it feels like it keeps being this weird halting of the pushes around halfway through this,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's because of the distance from respawn to pushing the cart, right? And when you get closer and closer to the end of the Foundry for completion, when you do have that Defender's Advantage, the Defender's Advantage comes from the faster respawns and the quicker run back. So every pick is worth like 2 or 3 picks when you're the defender there. So they had those ults there, they had the last exchange, and then they had just kind of snowball-y defenses there. The double Transcendence came down, but obviously ArHaN was able to break through with the Dragon Blade, and that was what was key. The Transcendence for Meta Athena without the Dragon Blade from the Freaks might have been enough to push it through, but was not enough because Dragon Blade cuts through that, killed Kris right away, and that was the beginning of the end for Meta Athena. And now we'll see if they want to run that Zarya that we've seen them run so many times on this map.
And be so successful regardless of which meta it is. I mean, Hoon is still very, very good on that hero. But he's going to be sticking to the D.Va for the moment. He may have made the full transition, Wolf.
It may be time to just say goodbye to the Zarya, at least until another meta arises. It may be Hoon himself who brings it back, but absent today from these matches, and you know, we thought maybe they'd be picking King's Row for this reason. But it seems like they just want to fight fire with fire and accept that the Zarya time has passed.
Well, ArHaN and Recry, I mean, they're the DPS brothers of Afreeca Freecs Blue. Makes sense that they're playing actual brothers in the game right now.
I imagine Recry will make the switch to the Soldier, and they're going to run again a Tracerless composition. The Afreeca Freecs really favoring the D.Va over the Tracer, not running the triple DPS with DongHyun so far.
Not even opting into any sort of Sonic Arrow shenanigans as well, not wanting to check anything out. They probably know exactly what Meta Athena are going to be doing. Are going to jump their way forward right now, so we'll see whether Afreeca Freecs Blue can cap this as quickly as Meta Athena were able to. without having Sayaplayer with those picks that he was able to get very early on.
That's a coordinated defense matrix if I've ever seen one. Look at that, coming in together with Mano, gets him into the exact perfect position. However, they don't actually find any kills, and this push is going to be halted here by Meta Athena. Still well done by Afreeca Freecs Blue at the start of that push, but they couldn't get the target selection to find any picks, so going to be the reset here, and already a better attack for Meta Athena.
Yeah, I would say so. Hoon does have his mech back available again. He's going to hop into that one, and they're going to continue to try and build up these ultimates as they move forward. Okay, Recry is going to get destroyed by Sayaplayer.
Well, that's already a lot of time bought here for Meta Athena.
Probably wanted to use that biotic field. Maybe.
Okay, we're going to see this fight here. ArHaN does not want to fight against the Discord. He actually may go down. And, yep, there you go. Sayaplayer with the chase. The Discord pairing again. And
he's a man on a mission.
Yeah, they're just feeding heroes in at this point.
You can't be getting picks like that. I mean, that must feel good, though, Wolf. After the player video that we did see earlier on, Sayaplayer was not the cocky one. That was certainly ArHaN.
Look, he said he was going to have good aim no matter what, and that's what's securing some of these picks when the dives come in.
Well, when it's a game about shooting people, generally having good aim's a good idea, as that's not going to be a stick with the pulse bomb. Some decent harass coming out from Sayaplayer as ArHaN is going to lose his life. Both Genjis getting some work done as Meta Athena do have that sound barrier keeping them alive. Recry with his tac visors trying to find some kills, but Transcendence keeps Meta Athena alive. Despite that, yeah, Afreeca Blue are still being able to pick up some kills. Should be able to hop onto this point and finally get this cart moving, but that is so much better time. I believe that's about 2 minutes more in the time bank from Meta Athena when they were able to attack through.
And they also have to, of course, go through all these meters. They do have the cap. Sayaplayers can look for one last-ditch pick. Unfortunately, the defense is too good. They're going to dive for this, though, completely. ChangSik comes in immediately discorded. He has the Primal Rage.
Well, Mano's looking for Sayaplayer. This could actually be dangerous depending on what they want to do. A Sayaplayer throws out a Pulse Bomb, but doesn't actually pick up any joy for it. I believe that was because Lucid did use that Transcendence, kept himself alive. ArHaN now dashing through, very close to that Dragon Blade, but probably wants it for this fight, as DongHyun's going to pick up a kill, as well as Mano. And Afreeca Blue are once again reigning supreme on the defense, or on the attack. Very confusing because they were kind of defending the point that they were already attacking and managed to secure.
Sure. And, you know, that Pulse Bomb being eaten by DongHyun was super important to save Lucid. The protection of Lucid throughout this series has been really good by DongHyun. Whether he's protecting Recry or protecting Lucid, Afreeca Freecs Blue seems to, with ArHaN shout calling, able to identify exactly where Meta Athena is going to dive and put down the protection. So good communication, good coordination here as yet another Discord goes on to ArHaN. But still, really impressive defense from Meta Athena. They bought a lot of time with that last push.
Oh, ArHaN. A lot of trouble. Does have to get back to his front line. Dragon Blade comes in. He's looking for the dive. Wants to kill Nuss and does manage to get it.
He's had enough of those Discord orbs. Gets his revenge.
Exactly right. As he's now looking for the back line, but you can see Meta Athena are falling apart. Afreeca Blue on this push through. And once again, not using their ultimates when they don't have to. They're just picking up all of these kills. They've still got a sound barrier there. Recry's got a tac visor available. We're very close to a Primal Rage. Afreeca Blue, that was just basically a Dragon Rage.
Yeah, part of the, well said, part of the problem there obviously was the late spawn coming in for Nuss, which was punished there by ArHaN, so he came over, he was so passively positioned back there, so he got punished, and then also Lucio wasn't completely in the fight there, so they got those picks. Recry again with another tac visor, this time protected by the sound barrier, but a good Transcendence to match it.
Yeah, Meta Athena throw down both of their support ults. No, actually, they hold on to the sound barrier until now. Are going to utilize it. Hoon trying to get some work done here on this carpet. Mano, he's taken out Nuss. It just seems like these Zenyatas are such a target for both of these teams as Hoon knocked out of the mech. Well, he's actually just going to use the self-destruct, but he's not actually going to find any joy for it. Afreeca Blue still winning the battle thus far as ArHaN holding on to his Dragon Blade because he knows he doesn't need it. The rest of his team taking control, and it's ult economy that Afreeca Blue have just been so good at this entire season. And it's staying true here on this push as they get to the second point.
We've been watching a lot of the ArHaN clips here, but I feel like Mano really deserves a lot of credit. He's been picking up 2Ks so many times on his own. It's never mano a mano with that guy, man. He's taken at least 2. Okay, and I wish we could see some flashbacks of it, but here we're going to see another dive attempt by Meta Athena as they come in. Recry with almost yet another attack visor available. He does get picked, however. Libero committing the Dragon Blade.
Yeah, Boop onto Libero is going to kill him, however, as IDK takes him out. And Afreeca Freecs Blue continue this cart moving forward. Sayaplayer, very low on health, he's just going to be destroyed. Very difficult to dodge the old Tesla gun.
I just keep watching DongHyun protect everybody, then be down to 10% health, and walk away, get a health pack, or just heal. As he is the MVP, man. Just protecting everybody against this heavy dive. Sayaplayer not able to find anything unless he finds individuals. In these straight-up 6v6 fights, just can't find the damage. Sound barrier here, they look for the completion.
Yeah, they're trying to push it forward. Nas is going to go down. Sayaplayer in a heck of a lot of trouble as well.
No one's on the point.
Self-destruct. No one's going to get onto this point. They're pushing it through, and that's going to be that. Afreeca Freecs Blue, I mean...